So I got Hustle on the back of this one. But you know, we always put Hustle or something on the back of it. You know, but like I said, they all one of one. So yeah, but we got them, man.
Okay. So I was reading the book too as well. I forgot this quote. I wanted to touch this because this was a deep quote to me.
Okay.
The best option is no option. So that being said, like, what do you mean by that? Like, can you like elaborate to people that don't understand?
Yeah, so it's like I said earlier. Sometimes nothing is all you need. You know, sometimes nothing is enough. So I'm gonna give you an example, and we're gonna use Kobe. I'm gonna use Kobe.
Okay.
So when Shaq left, there wasn't nobody over there with Kobe. You know, that 1-2 punch was gone. It was just the one. And he was surrounded by a bunch of people who I probably can't even name right now.
Yeah.
And I remember he demanded to be traded, supposedly. But he didn't go nowhere. And then he went from pretty much having nothing, just no options, just no help over there in Shaq. Everybody was gone. Derek Fisher even left and went back. You know what I'm saying? And then came 2009, 2008, I'm going to say, when they lost to Boston. Nobody ever really thought Kobe was going to get back to the finals again.
Yeah.
And then he did it. And he lost to Boston. Then he went back the next year. Then he won. Then he went back again and won. So it was like, oh shit. Like, man, he stuck it out.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes with no huge names. Like nobody who was a mega star like he was.
Yeah.
And he made these people, like he made these names, man, and so when you look at the roster from 2009, 2010, the Lakers, you go, oh, I forgot about him. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people like that. So, man, sometimes the best option is to have no options because it forces you
to grind hard,
to do what you need to do.
Okay.
It forces you to get there. It forces you to just say, hey, man, I ain't got nobody but me. Okay. That's how he wound up scoring 81 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There wasn't nobody else there. Who you gonna pass to?
He had to drop
pass
that.
to himself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what that is, though.
Okay. I see you recently won your 3rd author award and a MKE OMG award.
Yeah, man.
How does it feel to be recognized in such a positive way versus your past of how people used to see you when you was robbing and all of that, like in such a negative way?
Yeah.
How does that feel to you now to be recognized in such a positive way?
It feels great, in short, like, because it lets you know the work that you're doing, the work that you put in is paying off.
Okay.
I remember being locked up my last couple of years, and I went to Hull. I went to segregation for the books that I had, and because and to explain that, in prison in Wisconsin, you could only have certain books, right?
Okay.
Which ultimately means they only want you to have certain information.
Okay.
That's pretty much what that means. So there's a whole list of books that exist as the denied books. You can't have these books. I had half the list because it pretty much amplifies intrigue. Why I can't have this book?
Yeah.
So I had a lot of them books, and they came in my room, and they found them, and took me to the hole for it because it was called contraband.
Right.
And they wrote me a conduct report, and I wasn't even upset. I was just like, shit. At least I'm going to the hole, or I'm getting in trouble for doing something that's gonna better me, as opposed to fighting one of my guys or fighting somebody who I don't know, who I'm in the same predicament with.
Yeah.
So I was cool with being down there, being in the hole for reading.
Yeah. that's better than
pretty much what it was.
Majority
like,
of the
you gonna
shit.
punish me for real? What am I, a slave?
Yeah.
So essentially, that's pretty much what confinement is, because we know the 13th Amendment says slavery or involuntary servitude is prohibited unless being punished for a crime. So I was cool with being punished for bettering myself.
Okay.
Because it let me know I was on the right path. But to get out, man, and get recognized, shout out to Choo Choo, man, my homeboy, who is the creator, founder, owner of the OMG Awards. Yeah, man, like it was phenomenal. And then to get recognized for the comeback, which is an anthology, me, Ed, and a few other phenomenal female authors. We got an award for that.
Can you tell us a little bit about the comeback?
Well, the comeback is pretty much a shorter version of Courage Under Fire, and well, you know, my portion in the book.
So is it like all y'all different stories?
Yeah.
Combined in one
yeah,
as the comeback? Okay.
Yeah. And it's just pretty much saying that you can come back from anything. So no matter what you're going through, you can be poor, you can be homeless, you might be whatever. You can come back from that if you believe in yourself enough to put your best foot forward and just make it happen. You know, I know people that beat cancer. I know people that beat cases, people that beat a lot of other things that they watched destroy other people.
Okay.
So that's what the comeback is, man. You can come back from anything. That's pretty much what it is. But yeah, man, it just feels good to even be recognized for doing something that you're passionate about.
Yeah. So when y'all wrote that, it was basically to inspire other people.
Yeah.
It was a group project. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, one thing I read, and when I was reading the Courage Under Fire,
Right.
I read, and I know, like, seeing your sentence and how much years you was facing, and then was able to be up for probation. How did you feel when you got revoked in 2004? Like, how did you feel going through that experience of, okay, I can get an opportunity of getting out, but it got revoked?
Right.
Like, how did that make you feel? Because I know for some people, they be like, oh, I'm about to get out, and then it'll drive them to be fuck this.
Well, I was out in 2004, and I got revoked for a misdemeanor. And the funny thing about that is this: I got a 20-year sentence from 97 in 2004.
Oh, wow.
This is confusing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what happened was this, and I'm going to try to just clarify.
It sounds like some bogus stuff is going on.
Man. It is. But, so Wisconsin does these things with sentences called stayed sentence, right? STAYED, stayed sentence. And typically a stayed sentence works in conjunction with a probation sentence.
Okay.
So, example, 5 years probation, 10 years stayed, right?
Okay.
Meaning that if you successfully complete the 5 years probation, then the 10-year stay is gone. Because
Right.
you're good now, you good. It's gone. If you get revoked on the 5 years, you get the 10 years.
Right.
Right? So the longer sentence kind of eats up the the shorter sentence.
Okay.
So you just got 10 years and not 15, it's just the 10.
Right.
So what I didn't know when I got sentenced in 1997 at 15 was they gave me a 20-year probation sentence and a 20-year stay sentence.
No.
So they were parallel. That never happens, right? So I also had a 5-year prison sentence, which was for the reckless endangerment of safety, and the 20 years was for the armed robbery. So you fast forward 7 years from 97 to 2004. I did 5 of those years, 5 of that 7. And I got revoked on the 20-year probation/stay sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And they took my street time. I had been out 13 months. They took my street time. And which ultimately means the time that you were out doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Technically and lawfully, you were never out if they take your street time. So
I never knew that.
yeah. and it's discretionary.
Yeah.
But they always choose to do it.
Yeah.
It's like it's right, so it's like it's damn near automatic. But they don't have to.
Right.
That's not written into law that you have to take this person's street time if he gets revoked or whatever.
Okay.
It's just like I say, discretionary. So I got revoked for a misdemeanor. So I wound up getting 20 years, essentially for a misdemeanor, from 97, because the probation and the state sentence was from then. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I got like maybe 12 months for the misdemeanor. That's all it was. It was county time.
Right.
But since the longest sentence eats up the shorter sentence, the 1 year I got was eaten by the 20 years, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's how I wound up serving almost 13 years off of that 20.
Oh wow.
So I got revoked. But it's a packet at the revocation hearing that they send you after the revocation hearing. And it's pretty much just the transcripts of the revocation hearing. And on the last page is either in red bold stamp revoked, or it says something else. I don't know what it said if you don't get revoked, because I ain't ever not been revoked. So I don't know what the fuck it said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to call somebody and ask them about this shit. So they slid the packet up under my door. I'm like, damn. I picked it up, and I fuck everything else because I was there when that happened. I want to know what's on the last page. So I go to the last page. That shit said revoked. I said, damn, my heart sank. I got 20 years. I said, how in the fuck am I gonna do 20 years, man? I said, damn, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I did not. For real, I was 22. I'm thinking, I'll be 42, I'm gonna be fucked up. You know, at 20 something, 40 is old as a bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. So that's how I wound up getting that though. But the feelings, I don't even know. I can't, that shit was like, I was in a, like putting the astronaut helmet on.
I watch the smiles as they all faded. Life under pressure had you jaded. Justified doing shit that can hurt you to say you made it. Felonious acts led to years of dead time. Prevented from written property rooted in redlining. Cleaning house off the jobs. Every offer rescinded. Debt from the banks who practicing predatory lending. They funded the war on drugs. Damaged our sense of unity. Truthfully cracking religion. Ravaged our whole community. Said it was a democracy. I'm not a fool, cause we players to the republic. Monday mornings when in school. That's conditioning. Reposition my mental state. Tried to strip me of my history. Simply it's mental rape. Immigration laws separate families. We all dreamers. The Dream Act was essential like FEMA was to Katrina. But they just don't give a fuck. It's simply a given. That's why Sandra Bland gone and Dylan Roof still living. This America, the place you can suffer from after Windsor. But you can't sell a brick if you black to get your ends up. The home of the brave. Home of the self-made. With a battered but wounded knee. Killed natives with no shame. Got blood in my eye but I retain my vision. Just enough not to get these bitches blind patriotism. Look, they burn toaster. I promise you we tired. Fuck your storefronts. This time around, they gon' feel the fire. Ay.
Like a remote control, they tryna control us. It's a lot of facts they never told us. They tryna buy votes so they can stay afloat. The revolution will be televised, that's a quote. The stigma against us got us destined to fail. Police pull me over, I'm dead if I don't try to bail. Got some of my fire influence, my desire to inspire beautiful minds. Let's make them feel the fire.
The social contract is broken, why the fuck do I give a shit about burning the